Hello, this is Darcia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here today to talk about procrastination. In last week's video, I started the topic and I will link it here also for you to watch. And I'm coming with a whole bunch more tips for procrastination because I know they have helped me out. I still use these tips all the time. Without them, I procrastinate with the best of them. My first tip for you is understanding where and when do you perform the best. So what kind of a task do you have to do? Do you have to, get a project done? Is it something for school? If there's something that you're on a deadline, then when do you perform the best? Are you a morning person for studying? Are you an afternoon person? Are you better in the evening? That is when you need to make sure that you prioritize some pockets of time to do the project that you need to do. Where do you like to study? Do you prefer to, or projects? Either one, whatever it is that your task is. Do you prefer quiet and alone time, such as in a library or in a quiet office? Do you prefer more of a loud, bustling area, such as a coffee shop or maybe in a study group? So understanding also, the way that you would study best or the way that you would do your project best or whatever your task is, will help you kind of just flow along with what your natural propensities are. My next tip is to make and follow a schedule. So I have seen so many times, I've done it, if we make a budget, for example, and it is so out of realism, we would never do that. Or we make a goal that's so far beyond what is doable or realistic. That's not what I'm talking about. I think it's good to dream big and have big goals, but when we have a project or if we have a goal or we have a task that we know we need to do, let's make and follow a schedule that we can keep. So make it doable for you. So if you know that you are a huge procrastinator, perhaps you like to play a lot in your day, because many procrastinators do. They don't want to really sit down, buckle down, and get the hard work done. What is your ratio of reward to responsibility? So I think that is a great way of thinking about, how much effort do I need to still feel like it's worth it because the rest of my day was fun? So, and how much fun do I want to have? Is it 80% fun, 20% work? We're all adulting to some degree. You have to pay your bills or you have to get your project done. But put that in and then make sure you also schedule in the fun stuff so you know that you're not just wasting time. You knew that you were scheduled to do that. And it will be something that you can follow and you can accomplish and you can feel like you didn't fail at it. You accomplished it very well. And so what is your ratio of responsibility versus reward? And then make that schedule and follow it. My next tip is just to do the thing that's right in front of you. So, with a big project or a big initiative, a big maybe paper for school, whatever that might be, if we look at the entirety of the element that it is typically very overwhelming. And so if you can break it up into bite-sized pieces, and I think that can go along with the schedule tip, put it into your schedule if you need to, but then just do the thing that's right in front of you. Because if you think of it as a whole, you've got to write a 100-page paper on some subject and include all of these elements. That is going to feel just too impossible, and you're not going to do it until the night before. Maybe if you're like me, you would wait until like the week beforehand to start thinking about it. But if you break it up into sections or break that paper up into timelines, this week I'm going to do this week I'm going to do this, whatever is right in front of you, just focus on that. And then you don't feel as overwhelmed by the entire project. And then also when you finish with the one element that you had set out for yourself to do, then you can relax, you can enjoy the rest of your day or the rest of your week, and you don't have that feeling of unfinished business hanging over your head. My next tip is the Pomodoro Method. And I know that when I was in school, this was a lifesaver for me. Throughout most of my grad school, up until my very last semester, my Tuesdays were off. And so I would just cram in an entire day of studying on that one day. Then I changed jobs and I was working 8 to 5 days a week. And then I was occupied on the weekends and I thought, I don't have any time to study anymore. And it felt very frustrating and very overwhelming. I didn't know how I was going to make it through my last semester of school. And that's when I heard about the Pomodoro Method. And what it is in essence, this is just going to be a very high level view of it. And I would encourage you to look into this because it really did so much to help me out. Because what I was doing is procrastinating working. I just wasn't doing it. I completely just stopped writing on my paper. I stopped doing everything because if I couldn't do 3, 4, 5 hour chunks, I just wasn't going to do anything at all because I didn't know if that was going to be worth my time. And but the Pomodoro Method is completely opposite of that. It says to just sit down and do your task, whatever it is that your goal is, for 25 minutes. That's it, 25 minutes. And then take a 5-minute break. That is a Pomodoro. And there's little tiny tomatoes, if you look into it, that go along with it. I never really got into that, but I just got into the 25-minute piece of it because I had 25 minutes. When I got off of work and I came home after dinner, I had 25 minutes. And the important thing is that for procrastinators, we have one eye on our computer and one eye on social media. We have one eye on our task and one eye scrolling through something. One eye on the job at hand and one eye, or part of us multitasking on lists or music or movies going on at the same time. We are just putting a lot into our brains at once and it's not as effective. And so with the Pomodoro Method, for those 25 minutes, everything gets shut off. Everything. And it was a big challenge for me. I realized I had a hard time just turning my phone on Do Not Disturb, hit the little, on my iPhone, it's that little moon icon, and I hit that, Do Not Disturb, no calls, no notifications come through, and I just studied because I wasn't giving myself an hour to study or 2 hours, which felt like a lot to my brain without any breaks. I was like, I can do this for 25 minutes. I can sit here and buckle down and do this project for 25 solid minutes. And I will tell you that the idea of quality over quantity was so true because I found that for those 25 minutes, I was able to put in more work because I was working fast and hard, working toward that 5-minute break where I could pick up my phone and look at it again and I could just catch up on my notifications or whatever else, your emails, whatever it is you need to be doing, make a phone call. And then the beauty of it is that you can then decide if you can do another Pomodoro, which would be another cycle of 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break. You can do as many Pomodoros as you'd like, and as many as you have time for. But if you can just do the one, just do the one. And then you've gotten something accomplished. I got so much done in those 25 minutes. I think that I was more effective in the 25 minutes that I worked with no interruptions than I was for 2 or 3 hours with kind of piecemeal, distracted studying. It was highly effective for me. And I finished my semester and I even got done early, which was a shock. And I absolutely owe it probably 90% to the Pomodoro Method. My last tip for you is to just think about, what are you worth? What is your time worth? If we think about if there's a job or a task, project, etc. due, and we're slacking off, we're relaxing, we're just taking a break, whatever you want to call it, but it's not scheduled, and you know you're putting it off. You know when you're taking a break or when you're just putting something off. We all know. And it's in the back of our heads. It's always in the back of my mind. I am not doing my project. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not on task. It makes the relaxation or the break time, it makes it almost ruined, and we still do it, of course, as procrastinators, but we're not really having a good time. We're really not truly relaxing. Our brains know that we did not earn that break, and we are suffering. And it took me a really hard look at that. Like, what's my time worth? I am dragging out this project, and I am not respecting my time. I'm not respecting, if I were to pay somebody else to do this at a premium, I would not want them to be just wasting their time or being distracted or putting something off. And you want to be responsible, you want to be a good worker. And so just thinking about, what are you worth? What's your time worth? And so make it count. Work smarter, not harder. Set that schedule, do the hard work for 25 minutes, and you will be amazed at what you do accomplish. And then when you do take your break and when you do relax, you will truly know you have earned it, and it will feel not self-indulgent. It will just feel like truly like relaxation. And that's what we want. And it will feel healthy, it will feel rejuvenating, and then we'll be able to look at going back into project mode with a much more healthy and focused frame of mind. So that is it for my tips for today on procrastination. I would encourage you guys to write in the comment section what tips are helpful for you, what gets you through to accomplishing your goal. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you do that? If you click the notification bell, you'll be notified when I upload new videos. And if you did like this video, hit the like button. Have a great day, and I hope you make the most of it.